You are now listening to the voice of horror.
Lock your doors, bolt your windows, and turn off the lights. Make sure the kids are safe at home, cause you're headed to the night watch zone.
Let's get down to brass tacks.
We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
It's showtime!
What's up? What's going on, everyone? We're ready to do this. Kills with me, of course. Bro, how you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Hey, can I give a shout out to a certain movie I just recently watched?
What's that?
Okay, guys, it doesn't get more scary and horror than classic movie monsters. Guillermo del Toro has done it again. If you have Netflix, if you are lucky enough to be at a place that it's playing in theaters, do yourself a favor. It's a work of art.
Yeah, Frankenstein, baby. And we started watching it last night, and the youngest started to fall asleep. So we're like, okay, we'll pause it. Bro, Oscar Isaac is on another level, bro.
Yeah,
I
Christoph
love
Waltz, Oscar
Yes,
Isaac,
I forgot that Christoph
Mia
was in it.
Goth.
I
Yeah,
was like,
dude.
Kristoff's in it? Oh shit, we're serious now.
Yeah, I mean, like just right there, you have some heavy
Yeah,
hitters.
you
You got
do.
some heavy hitters.
No
And
doubt.
it's just beautiful to look at. It is long, 2.5
Yeah,
hours.
right. Right. Hey man, look, we all got to just buckle in and pay attention, get those attention spans hyped up and enjoy. Again, it's a classical story and Guillermo is just one of the greatest visionary directors of all time. No doubt.
Yes,
No
definitely.
doubt. Good shout out. Also, let me throw this out there too. If you have not gone to see Predator Badlands and if you are a fan of Predator, bro, I'm telling you, Dan Trachtenberg, he knows what to do with this franchise.
He doesn't
He's
miss.
he's 3-3, baby. He's 3-3. So,
Yep.
all right, for you guys that are here, we appreciate you so much. We got RJ back with us. What's up, man? Freddie wins by far. Interesting. We will see. We will see. Drake, what's up? Good to have you here, man. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. We got Brandon in the house. We got Paula in the house. Brandon says kill repping for our boy Krueger. Hey, I'm gonna tell you what. Kill came up with the idea on this one, so we're gonna find out, man. Because listen, look, I mean, let's just be honest. There's no lying here. You guys know that we wouldn't even do one of these if we didn't think it'd be a good matchup. So I'm just throwing that out there. But yeah, it should be interesting. Oliver in the house. Look, Oliver, if you were not here tonight, bro, it just wouldn't be right. You got to rep some Saw for us, man. Seriously, we got Rachel in the house. We got Julie in the house. See, now look, as soon as I told Julie we were doing Elm Street versus Saw, she lit up. She like, ooh, Julie, you're all right. Oh, Lord. I've been having a lot of fun tonight, and you guys are the reason. Pierre is in the house. Gory Tiger. Good to see all of you guys. Mary is in the house. Good to see you, Mary. Hope you're doing well. Lindsay is back. You guys are all right. Kay, let's see who else. Jean's back with us. Seriously, guys, thank you so much. Travis as well, and Scott. I felt like it was Romper Room for a second there. See, if anybody, that's showing where we our age a little bit, naming all the names. All right, so look, Lindsay agrees. Saw Frankenstein last night. It was very good. Yeah, man, very cool. Kelly's in the house too. Hey, Kelly, good to see you. Kill tonight. We're going to be talking about two franchises that are kind of separated by time a little bit. But like you were saying when you came up with this idea, there's some through lines as far as the franchises themselves. So we're going to be doing what we've done a couple of times before, which has been so much fun. We're going to go film versus film, step by step, through the Saw franchise and also the Elm Street franchise. Now, for the fun of it, we've done the live voting before. I changed it up tonight. I just figured that we would have a regular tier list up for you guys to kind of see it and also, give us your thoughts on it as well. So let me pull that up. Let's see what we got. Kill, let me know if you can see it because I was like, let's pull this thing up and let's see if we can hold on. Let me pull this back. I was like, let's pull this thing up and, see if we can have some fun with it. Again, it's more of a visual rather than more than anything else. Cause we're going to kind of go film by film per se. Okay.
Yeah.
So here we are. Okay. So basically all we're doing is we're going part 1, part 2, part 3, all the way through. And we're going to give our point to the film that we think wins. That's basically all that it is. Kill, we're going to start with the originals. We're talking about Saw from 2004, I believe, 04. And we've got the original Elm Street from 1984. So, a little bit of a divide in time there. But what are you thinking about original Elm Street versus original Saw? Wes Craven versus young James.
This one, I think for me is going to be one of the easier ones in this in these bracket matches here.
Okay.
They both are great movies.
Mm-hmm.
One I think lent a little bit more to horror than the other.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with Nightmare on Elm Street here. I mean, look, it's Wes Craven. it
Mhm.
introduced a new type of slasher, a new way to think of a slasher, an
Mhm.
imaginative slasher. He wasn't jumping the shark yet. He was terrifying. And just the sheer fact that even if you tried to if you slept, you died.
Yeah.
Now that's no shade to Saw. The first Saw movie, it was a mystery. There was a shocking twist at the end. No spoilers on a 20-year-old movie or whatever. But you guys know, and it led the way to what the Saw franchise would become. Did
Yeah.
it revolutionize horror in totality? In my opinion, not so much.
Mhm.
So
Good point. Good point. For me, I think that this is also going to be maybe the easiest round, and it's no shade at all to Saw, but I agree with you. This has to go to the original Elm Street. This film changed horror. It really brought it into overdrive. It solidified the fight with Halloween and Friday the 13th, and I think in a lot of ways helped those franchises reach further. And then of course they were all vibing off of each other. Look, Robert Englund, Wes Craven, it was just you're just not going to beat them. This is one of the greatest horror films ever. So it's a tall order. The original Saw is fantastic though, and I was so glad when you said let's do this, because I just feel like Saw gets slept on a lot.
it
uh,
does.
and I know you and I, we've loved it from the get-go. And interestingly enough, we brought Coriander on board because she had never seen them. And when we did our deep dive live streams on them, I said, you got to watch them with us. And she's like, okay. She saw the first one. She was hooked and watched them all and enjoyed all of them, in general. So I just feel like Saw deserves a lot of respect. And I mean, when you get to the point where you have 10 films and you were making a lot of money, and each October, if it's October, it's Saw, it's
Yeah.
like it definitely helped keep horror going through the 2000s. But the first film can't beat the OG Elm Street. So I'm going with Elm Street on that one. All right. So look, so we're both giving a point to Elm Street on this one. So it's got 2 points right now. But on the tier list, for you guys in the chat, let us know what you think. We've got our 5 levels for each film. We've got the cream, which means that it's absolutely a masterpiece. Of course, you guys know the cream. And then next we have Welcome to Prime Time. And then in the middle, we've got Live or Die. And then for the films that aren't that great whatsoever, we've got Game Over. And then for the truly horrible films, that goes into Don't Fall Asleep. Kill, where would you put Saw 1 and Elm Street 1?
For Elm Street, the only thing that's popping in my head is Cream.
Right.
Clearly, Cream.
And I agree.
And for Saw, I mean, there's no lying here. I can't put it at Cream.
Mm-hmm.
I can't, because the same way Friday the 13th is slightly different than the other Friday the 13th movies.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I would put it in the tier under Cream.
Okay, so we're going to put Saw in Welcome to Prime Time. Okay, that's fair enough. Okay, you guys in the chat, let us know what you're thinking all the way through. Jared's back with us. Good to have you. Good to have you. And Gene was saying, can we make the ranking bigger? I know if you're on the vertical, I know it looks a lot smaller. If you're on the horizontal, I think it looks the way it usually does. But I can't change it on the vertical, unfortunately. Oliver, of course, Saw is a masterpiece. I know he loves Saw so much. The ultimate cheerleader, him and Julie. Rachel saying both of the OG films for each franchise are the cream. There you go. There you go. Okay, so let's move on to the part 2s. We've got Elm Street, Freddy's Revenge, and then, of course, we've got Saw 2. Where are we going with that, Kill?
Okay, it's funny. This one also is kind of an easy one for me. And there's no lying here. Saw 2 is amazing. Okay.
Right?
Saw 2 said, Saw 1, hold my beer. I'm gonna do everything that you did, but I'm gonna turn it up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna add new police characters that you're gonna
Yes.
either love or hate, or maybe toe that line in the middle a little bit. I'm gonna add new people to be caught in traps that you're gonna love or hate. I'm gonna bring back a character from
Yeah.
the first one, and then of course you're gonna have Tobin Bell.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is the one where Tobin Bell's like, "Hey, I got to earn my paycheck now instead of just laying here." And, like,
Right?
look, Tobin, sir, you got paid to take a nap
Yeah.
and slam a door at the end of the movie.
Yeah. And say game over.
And I mean, if you think about it, Tobin Bell said game over, slammed the door, and slept
And pieced out.
and collected a check. So, sir, my hat is tipped to you. You are great, but I love that we got so much more of him in the preceding movies, obviously. No shade to Nightmare on Elm Street 2.
Yeah.
This one, Freddy does more talking. You get to see him a little bit more in the light. But, there was issues with Freddy too. I don't think we need to go over, but still great movies, both of them. But yeah, I gotta go with Saw 2.
Okay. I gotta jump to the chat. Some of these people are making me laugh so hard. We got Val in the house too. What's up, Val? And Julie said that's too bad. Julie like Saw 2 said, get it up. There you go. Listen, I can't lie. There's never been any lying here. You are absolutely right. Saw 2, and you remember this. And I know some of you guys know this. You've been around the channel long enough, but I just gotta always say it. Kill and I have talked about movies since we were little kids. All right, which, by the way, and I'm sure I know I've said it to you before. I've probably said it on live, but I just want to say, man, I really appreciate that, because especially thinking about it now and being around so many other people with their siblings, the work I do, I have a lot of siblings I work with, and even even with the kids, I think to myself, man, that was really cool that we shared that since we were little kids, man. So obviously, I got to give you a lot of credit, because as a younger brother, you were cool enough that I could do that with. So I just want to say I appreciate that, man. But
thank you.
We've talked about movies since we were little kids, and we talked about Saw 2 for a long time about how much we loved it, because they changed the whole makeup of it. Now, these people are stuck in a place and they're trying to find their way out. It's a mystery. It's almost like a game in a way, like a real game. You bring in Donnie Wahlberg doing the best bad cop of all time. He was awesome. And you're right. Tobin Bell is the money. Tobin's like, I'm the money maker. You got to give me something to work with. And sure as hell, he was so good in Saw 2. Elm Street 2 is fun. Elm Street 2 is the first Elm Street I ever saw. And so I do have a special connection to it. That being said, there's issues, bro. And as much as I love it in its own crazy way, there's some wacky shit going on. And I've done a lot of talking about that. I've done a Why You Hate on it. You got to love the fact that Jack Shoulder, the director, coming off of the heels of a great film in '84, he's like, I didn't try to stick to what Wes made in the first film. I didn't try to stick to the rules. It's like, yeah, you didn't. Freddy is hanging out at a barbecue with 80,000 football players that should have just bum rushed him. Like, what are we doing here? But it's crazy, because that's also a great scene where he's like, you're all my children now.
It was a cool scene. Robert
is still cooking because Robert can cook. Right. Mm-hmm. That being said, this has to go to Saw 2. Okay, I'm just gonna be honest. This was a flip of the first round. This has to go to Saw 2. I just think it's a better film than Elm Street 2. Okay, now Kill, on the tier list, where are we putting Elm Street 2, and where are we going to put Saw 2?
Okay, let's do the let's do the brighter one here. Saw 2 is cream. Okay.
Okay.
Saw 2
All
is
right.
cream in my opinion.
All right.
Okay. Oh, Nightmare 2,
Mm.
man, I'm gonna have to go the middle of the middle tier. What is that one?
That is the Live or Die.
That this is just my opinion. Now you're putting what I put up there. So what are you
Yeah.
thinking on some of these?
Well, no, I've been agreeing with you so far. I
Oh,
think
okay.
I think for Elm Street 2, I agree. I think it needs to go in that middle tier because as many things that they did really well, I think they had missteps.
Yes.
And it's listen, this has been talked about by everyone. If you guys ever get a chance to, I know we've talked about it before, but watch the Never Sleep Again documentary. It's awesome. Only bested by Crystal Lake Memories, which was Friday the 13th. But Never Sleep Again is fantastic. I can't tell you how many times I've watched that. Hell, I might watch it tonight because I'm getting hyped up. And I miss Freddy Krueger, which, by the way, if you guys see Black Phone 2, you're going to feel the vibes. Check it out. I'm just saying. Shout out to Ethan Hawke and Sarah and Julie who were just talking about it with me. And Sarah's in the chat too. What's up, Sarah? Good
Hey,
to see
Sarah.
you. But I agree. Elm Street 2 has to go in the middle. You know, it has good moments, but it's flawed. Okay, Kill. Let's go to round 3. You know what we got to talk about. We're going to be talking about Saw 3 and of course Dream Warriors.
And see, this was the one that I was like, oh no.
That's too bad.
Now, refresh my memory real quick. Saw 3, is this the one where he's getting the brain surgery?
Yes.
Oh man.
Yes. And to be quite honest, what was really interesting to me about 3 was, you know, John Kramer was a big part of it, but it felt like they gave a lot of weight to Shawnee Smith.
They did.
And she killed it. Amanda, she killed it, man.
Yes.
She was vicious.
Oh man. See see guys watching in the chat. This is the stuff that Knight does. He knows it's gonna come down to this, and he's just waiting to see where I'm gonna go. You know, because I love Dream Warriors. Dream Warriors is a classic, but damn it, I love Saw 3. Like when 2, 3, and maybe even 4 hit, it's when they were hitting their stride.
Right.
They were just like, oh, we're gonna do this now. We're gonna have this type of kill. And you know, and Tobin Bell is like the coyote. He just orders all this stuff from the Acme workshop and can just build all this shit in his lab. You know, he helped build the Batcave for Bruce Wayne. You know,
yes, he did.
He's masterful. But there's no lying here.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go with Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, you do.
And
this
look,
is the way.
This is the way. I mean, guys, look, and you know, and I know some of you are like, "Oh, Freddy's definitely gonna win. It's gonna be easy." Hey, there's some valleys. And I know this fool here has a clip or two just waiting to say, "Oh, are you talking about this valley kill?" But yeah, I gotta go with Dream Warriors because to me, Dream Warriors is pretty much my favorite Nightmare on Elm Street movie, if not in my top 3, definitely. You had Heather Langenkamp coming back. You had a great cast of kids. I mean, you got so much more backstory and lore about, you know, Freddy Krueger and his mom, and just it was just hitting on all cylinders. And just a great movie. So yeah, I gotta go Dream Warriors.
Yeah, look, man, I'm not even gonna, you know, take any real time on this. And I love Saw 3. I think Saw 3 is fantastic.
Yes.
But look, man, Dream Warriors, again, they were so lucky to have these 2 films within the span of 3 years. And I think you can make the argument that the original or Dream Warriors is like a top 5 of all time.
Yes.
You know, not even just in the Elm Street franchise. I'm talking about top 5 all time because they're both so good. Definitely. They really, really are. I mean, Dream Warriors is just A to Z. They show you how to do a great sequel. They show you how to amp up the stakes. They also show you how to build mythology in a way that makes sense. You know, like it wasn't tacked on. It felt like it was organic what they were able to do. So to me, Dream Warriors is, look, only bested by the original, if that.
Yes.
Sometimes in my own list,
Yeah,
you know,
same
there's sometimes I'll say no, Dream Warriors is still better, and there's other times I'm like, oh, we'll go with the original. It's really almost like a flip of a coin,
Mhm.
because they're both that good. So this definitely has to go to Dream Warriors. I mean, I don't want to say it's not even close, but I knew the answer as soon as we got to it. I was like,
Yeah.
I gotta be real. Okay, Kill. Let's go to our tier list. I think I kind of know where we might go with the tier list here. Where would you put Elm Street 3 and Saw 3?
You know, I can make this easy. This is a first for me. I think both are cream.
Okay, I can
Both
agree
are
with that.
cream. Like, I mean, just seriously, that's the only tier that's coming to my mind on both of those.
Yeah,
So.
I agree with you.
See, I did it, Rachel. I did it.
What did Rachel say?
Well, Rachel said for the OGs, for both of them, they both were cream on the first.
That's true. That's true. No doubt. No doubt. Well, look, let me jump to the chat real quick too, because we got some people working hard, and especially Oliver. He's not playing around. He knows what's going on tonight. He says Darren Lynn Bousman brought in a faster, in your face, hurry up and here we go kind of style to the franchise. I agree. You know, I definitely think they were able to add to the mythology and the style and the vibe. It was, like I said, man, Saw did some really great stuff. It really did. And, you know, we're going to continue to go through these other sequels for sure. Thank you so much, man. We appreciate you. We also got Erica coming in. Hey, thank you so much, Erica. We appreciate that. There aren't many scenarios that I can think of as to why I'd be caught in a Saw trap, but I gotta sleep. So Freddy is the scariest option for me. There you go. Yeah. Well, I mean, I think the thing that was interesting about Saw is that these were people that they had no idea that they were even, you know, getting scoped out. You know, they thought they were going to cheat the system, cheat people, you know, cheat their loved ones or whatever. And John Kramer was like, "Nah, we're not going to do that. You're not worthy. You don't appreciate the life that you have." And I thought that was an interesting angle. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah,
And Tobin Bell just brought so much great stuff to it. Let's do real quick, just for you guys jumping in and just being awesome. Let's do a quick super chat clip. And you know, Kill, sometimes when you wonder if you can be totally upset, you got to watch this guy because he shows you what it's all about. Here we go.
Fuck! Oh, well, that's it, isn't it? It's over! You motherfucker!
That's the stupidest fucking thing I ever heard.
Lance always keeping us real.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so and Drake was saying Elm Street 3 over Saw 3 because of Dokken. There you go.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, boy, Dokken, man, no doubt. Let's see who else in here. I want to catch up with these guys a little bit. We can't catch up to everyone because you guys are working hard, but still. I knew Julie would probably throw out some quotes. Don't talk to me about money. I've got money. Dude, when he said that was in 6. I was just like, John Kramer is a pimp.
Dude, just with that voice, man.
Yes.
Just with that voice. Like, dude.
Hell yeah. Yeah. And look, man, in the chat, we got our brother Michael, the Carbonite Jedi himself. What is up, man? Nightmare on Sesame Street. It became that, didn't it? It really did. Great graphics. I don't want to jump ahead. I won't do it. Scott was saying, good to have you here, Michael. Scott was saying Nightmare 3 is cream, Saw 3 is prime time. Fair enough. Brandon agrees, though. Agreed, Kill. They are the cream. There you go. All right. And we also got Rachel coming in. Thank you so much, Rachel. We appreciate you saying whichever movie tries to make John Kramer look younger by putting a backwards baseball cap on him deserves cream for that alone.
Oh,
Let that
I
man
remember
cook.
that.
Yeah, I remember that too. I was like, what? But he's just so cool. I didn't even care, man. Hey, look, that's what we got to call that guy. I forgot his name. I've seen
Carousel
that.
guy.
She's the carousel guy. I love that.
That fit. That
He was
fit.
he was a character, wasn't he? Oh
Yeah, he
my
was.
God. Yeah.
He made
Okay.
that scene.
He did. He
did.
really did. I'm telling you. And look at Michael. Everyone hit the thumbs up before it is sawed off. Boom, boom. All right. Love it. You guys rock. All right. So, Kill, let's go to round 3. We've got the Dream Master versus Saw 4, which, of course, in Saw 4, they played the super okie doke on us because the events of Saw 4 took place at the same time of the events of Saw 3, and you had your boy Officer Rig. No, not Rig. No. Oh God, what was his name? Julie would know.
Oh, what
oh my
wasn't it? Wasn't it? No, Riggs was Danny Glover.
Danny Glover. Yeah. No. Danny Glover was Tap. It was Riggs.
You're right. Yeah, it was Riggs. Yes,
Yeah.
Detective Riggs or
Yeah.
Officer Riggs. Yes. Oh, okay. Now, see, and you know it's so funny. I'm glad you did that little kind of update because I gotta admit, and some of you guys might know, me and Knight love the Saw franchise, but after like the 3rd movie,
it gets dicey.
It's like, is this pre-Costas? Is this post-Costas? Is it, and you know what I mean with it, because it's like, yes, we'll remember certain traps, certain backstories, like what was Tobin Bell doing it, but other aspects, it gets a little dicey. So thank you for that little update. Let's keep doing those. So this one is interesting though.
Yeah.
Because I did not hate either of these movies, but one of these movies did do something egregious that I just hate when horror movies do.
Ooh, okay.
Kill off characters so abruptly, characters that meant so much.
Oh, here it goes.
Look, there's no lying here. Nightmare 4 just said, well, hey, screw you, Patricia Arquette, screw Kincaid, screw all of you guys that were like, you guys were like the Scooby Gang of the
Let's kill the X-Men.
Let's kill these highly rated characters that everyone loved. It wasn't just a final girl, it was a final group.
Yeah.
And they killed them, and just say, well, hey, now we got Alice. Like, who the fuck is like, okay? Come
on now. I love Lisa. Come on, man.
No disrespect to Lisa, but they go from the Scooby Gang, they essentially got one movie, to, hey, Alice, we're gonna give you 2 movies.
Right?
We're gonna make
love
you
them some Lisa Wilcox.
Yeah, they did. Hey,
I mean, I can't blame them, but that's another story.
Yeah. So this one is a little hard for me because I think you enjoyed the Alice angle a little bit more than me.
Yeah.
But there's still no lying here. For because even despite them killing off legacy characters, so abruptly, it still was a good Nightmare movie, and Freddy still technically didn't jump a shark.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And on the side of Saw, it's a good Saw movie, but it kind of gets a little lost in the shuffle there, at least for me. So I got to go with Nightmare 4.
Okay. All right. Now listen, I'm going to tell you what. This is actually a lot more difficult for me than it is for you, because I actually really enjoyed 4 a lot.
Yeah, me too.
There was this whole let go of your hate, your anger and stuff, because Rig was so pissed off that all of his boys and his people kept getting picked off.
Yeah.
And nobody This is the most inept police force since Halloween 5.
Oh
Okay.
no.
I mean, everybody's just getting taken and like, where'd they go? We don't know. Oh, too bad.
That's too bad.
That's way too bad. But listen, this whole thing about him letting go, enjoy the life you have. He had a family, he had a wife. He was so wrapped up in his anger of losing his partner, Donnie Wahlberg, and all the other ones, Lindsay. It's like he just couldn't see past that. So it was kind of a cool little character journey for him. And of course, they had some great kills. And of course, at the end, the twist, the swerve, because we love us some Costas Mandalore. I mean, we've talked about Costas so much, and I know there are some folks that are like, yeah, fine, he was okay. We loved us some Costas. I'm serious. And at the end, he's sitting there, like he's tied up. I mean, look, Hoffman played it so good. He played it better than John Kramer in the first film, because you really thought he was going to get aced the fuck out. And then all of a sudden, when the water goes into the trap and, Rig is already hurt, I think he's mortally wounded at that point, and he's looking, and all of a sudden Costas is like, and he stands up like, oh shit. That was a great swerve.
Oh yeah.
That being said, I'm going to go with Elm Street.
Okay.
And the reason why is I think Rennie Harlan did some fantastic stuff for Elm Street 4. It really, this is as close to the cliff as we got without going over.
Yes.
We're looking over the cliff into Looney Tuneville, and we're literally about to jump, but we haven't jumped yet. That's what 4 is. And as much as I think one of the biggest mistakes the franchise made, definitely up to that point, was killing off the Dream Warriors the way they did, I still enjoyed the other characters enough. I know I've said this 1,000 times before, but I'm going to say it again. The Roach Motel, bro, that dream, that nightmare is still, it still hits. It really does. But Rennie had this style, and he really had a lot of energy. So I got to go with the Dream Master. But I do love Saw 4. I really do.
Yeah.
Okay. So on our tier list, Kill, where are we going to put these two? What are we looking at here?
So Dream Master, honestly, for both of them, I'm getting middle of the road vibes.
Okay.
That's just, there's no lying here. That's just what's popping to my eye. Okay.
You know what? I could go with Saw 4 for Live or Die. But I don't know, man. Dream Master, I'm almost feeling like it's got to go to prime time, bro.
Okay. Yeah, go for it.
I mean, I think, look, and Brandon, I knew he'd jump up. Dream Master is the cream. Look at that. I tell you, you got to love these guys. You guys are all right.
Hey, go for it, because we know we're gonna get to some dark territory.
Yeah, it's gonna.
And we love this franchise, but we
do.
But we gotta be honest, folks.
You gotta call it. Julie said, "Call him the Hoffmanator." Hoffmanator.
There you go. Shout out to
Hoffman, boy. I'm telling you.
And you know another aspect of the whole Hoffman thing is everyone loves a little cat and mouse.
Right.
It's like you're watching it. We know he's a bad guy, but it's like you kind of don't want him to get caught. You kind of want to see oh man, it's like you're watching, Breaking Bad or something. He's a bad guy, but it's like you're following him. It's like, you're watching The Sopranos. Tony's a piece of shit. But you're still like, yeah, but it's Tony.
Right. All right. That's fair enough, man.
I want him to get out of the head trap. Come on, Hoff.
Oh my God. Too funny, man. All right. So next up, we're going to go to round 5. So we've got Saw 5 and we've got The Dream Child. Now, Saw 5, crazy ass shit, man, because it's literally a flashback. That's what Saw 5 is. But not the whole thing, of course, but it's really Hoffman's story, and it shows how he met Jigsaw and why John took him under his wing, because that whole thing with his sister being killed and that trap that he set in the beginning of the film where there was really no way to escape.
Right.
And then, of course, the amazing swerve at the end. We'll get to that.
Man.
Hoffman, look, don't sleep on Costas, boy. Don't sleep on him. So, and of course, Dream Child is continuing Alice's story, and this whole concept that actually they were thinking about using in Dream Warriors, as far as this whole idea of Freddy being reborn and all that type of stuff. But anyways, it got weird, but still some cool stuff. What do you think, Hill? Who gets the point?
You know, once again, I wasn't the biggest fan of the Alice sequels. But I gotta say I liked the first one way more than this one. So with this one, I'm gonna go Saw 5. That's right, 5, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And my reasoning for it is I think Saw 5 probably has the best version of Costas. Because look, say what you want about him. Once again, that whole cat and mouse thing. You're learning so much of how he became, you know, an understudy to Jigsaw.
Yeah.
And that swerve I'm gonna let you talk about that swerve at the end, but just chef's kiss. You know, and once again, it depends on your like or admiration for Costas as a character. Some people love him like us, some people hate him, just like I'm here for Tobin Bell and for the murder porn and the kills.
Right.
That's
fuck Hoffman.
Yeah. Me, I'm here for the full totality of the story. I want to see the scraps. I definitely want to see Tobin, but I loved the cat and mouse and also trying to figure out where on the timetable when does this movie take place?
Right.
Because that's another aspect of the Saw franchise. Sometimes you just don't know.
Right.
There's later movies that it's just like, haha, it's not actually during that time. And you're like, wait, what?
You're like, is this taking place in the 50s or the 80s or the 90s? What are we doing?
You mean that skeleton over there that's really happened like a year ago? Like, wait, what? Like, you know, but yes, I gotta go Saw 5 on this one.
Okay, all right. So let me jump in the chat. We got Rachel who's having a blast. Is Hoffman played by Luke from Gilmore Girls? No, that's Strom. Strom was Luke. Agent Strom. Oh my god, and I'm gonna talk about him too. You guys jumping ahead, bro. I love it.
Do it.
Yeah. Listen, look. Okay, Elm Street is Elm Street might be one of the most important franchises in horror, in modern horror. When I say modern horror, I'm talking about since Psycho, right? Because I think that's when we really, you know, we were back, baby. You know, we had the Universal monsters in the 30s and the 40s. We had these sci-fi horror films in the 50s and stuff like that. But Psycho changed everything. But Elm Street was so popular. Freddy was hanging out on street corners and people were high-fiving him. That's how popular horror became in the late 80s, mid to late 80s.
TV shows, MTV.
Yes.
You name it.
Absolutely. I mean, anyways. But so I love 5 for trying to take a swing, but I think that there were some elements to it that didn't work as well. I don't think the group of kids were as good as 4. They damn sure weren't as good as the Dream Warriors.
Nope.
So they had some missed opportunities. They also kind of toned down the kills, you know, the aspect of him killing, you know what I mean? It was much more, you know, we're hokey, having fun, more quips, and also the makeup. And I get it. Robert was tired of fucking sitting in a chair for 10 hours. I get it. But now the makeup, it looked like something that you get out of a Cracker Jack box. Bro, where's my Freddy Krueger? You know, and I'm exaggerating a little bit, but you guys know it's true. That makeup was not as good as 4. Damn sure wasn't as good as 3. So that was some of the issues I had with the film. You had the scene with your boy who was the comic book dude. Look, he was us. But he sucked. It's like, bro, you gotta do better than that, man. Freddy's on a skateboard, you know, popping wheelies. What are we doing? This is ridiculous. What are we doing?
Yep.
Then we talk about Saw 5. Listen, it's a flashback film, but it works. You know why? 2 reasons. Well, technically 3, but 2 big reasons. Costas and our boy Tobin. I love that scene when Tobin has him tied up with the shotgun right under his chin. And he's basically calling him out. And Costas he's hanging in there, you know? And he's like, you didn't see what he did to her. You didn't see the blood. And then Tobin was like, killing is distasteful to me. I'm like, you're all right, boy. You're all right. I love that film. And at the end, and Strom was a big part of it too. That's the third part that I really loved. He was such a great character. He was so hungry to figure this shit out.
Yes.
And that trap was amazing when he was in the box and it started to pour the water in. Bro, I was like, man, it's some good stuff in this film. But anyways, I'm going all over the place. But at the end, when Hoffman pulls the okey doke on Strom and he basically crushes him like a pancake, and I'm just like, okay, it was a fatality. This is the way. So I'm ranting, but I got to go with Saw. I got to go with Saw on this one. I got to. Okay, on the tier list, where are we putting these films, man? Because this is crazy. I know.
You know, for Saw 5, man, I personally would put it in cream. That's just me.
Ooh,
for pretty much what I said and what you said. Like, I love Costas. I love a good cat and mouse. I love great backstory lore that makes sense. I see how this man could become a disciple. You know, I see how his anger and just, you know, borderline madness drove him to becoming a criminal. And then for Tobin to take that, you know, Jigsaw to take that and to focus it.
Yeah.
You know, focus into his rhetoric, into his belief and becoming a disciple. You know, I love that. Now, Freddy, on the other hand, we're in shark jumping territory here, guys. Okay, it only gets worse. Like between this movie, and I think you know where I'm going. Between this movie and the next movie, we are all, the shark is in the air. Okay, it's in the air. Now, luckily, New Nightmare will bring the shark back down to earth and will bury the shark. But for right now, I'm gonna say, in my opinion, it should be in Game Over.
Wow. All right. So we're gonna put Dream Child in Game Over. And we're really thinking Saw 5 and Cream, huh? Wow.
I mean, what do you think? I mean,
I think that
I think this was the best Costas performance, I think.
Well, yeah. Well,
and I guess my reasoning for that is this movie was very Costas centered.
It was
a lot of the backstory,
you
know, and you didn't really have the cat and mouse between Costas and
Strom.
Well, no, not Strom. The other disciple.
Amanda.
Yes. So it was just very, and you definitely didn't have it with Jigsaw's wife.
And the wife. Jill Tuck.
Yeah. So this one, it was just very much Costas, you know, learning from the master, and a lot of great scenes with him and Tobin Bell. I mean, Costas Mandalore and Tobin Bell, you know, and they're both, you know, just chewing up scenery. and the best pop, and I mean that in a good way. Like, I don't know. To me, that stuff also with the kills and just it was a beautiful souffle. It was a beautiful gumbo, and I think it's cream.
Man, you know, you're almost like making me a believer, man. I'm feeling the power here, man.
No, what do you think?
I'm thinking, okay, and I do love 5, but I do understand why some people are like, you know, blah blah blah. It's, you know, they're just trying to, you know, tack on some story and give us little bits of things moving forward. I would definitely at least put it in prime time. I don't know if I'm gonna go with the cream on Saw 5.
Go for it.
But I feel good about a couple entries coming up. I'll tell you that. But yeah, I'll put 5 in prime time, man. That's what I'm gonna do.
Mm.
All right. And real quick in the chat, Brandon's like, is Night and Kill Gilmore Girls stands? Well, look, I'm gonna tell you what, man. My girls love watching it. So if you can imagine me in the living room with Coriander and our 2 little ones, and they're just loving this show. And I can't lie, it actually, it was pretty good. I watched
I've
pretty much all of
never
it.
seen it in my life.
Really?
I've never seen it.
Oh,
I hear
okay.
great things, but I
Yeah.
never got around to it.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I mean, put it this way, I didn't have to watch it. But of course, I want to spend time with my family. But yeah, I actually enjoyed it,
I think I was too busy watching like Buffy the Vampire Slayer and like Supernatural and stuff like that.
Fair enough. I'll take that. Hey, look, Julie's keeping track of things. Peak line delivery from Tobin. That's right. I love that line. Killing is just, and you could feel it when he's like, you believed him.
Yes, you believe everything that he says.
Hell yes.
Yeah.
Hell yes. I think, another, and I don't want to keep ranting, but guys, you can tell we love all these films. But another thing I loved about 5, at least for me, and I know you agree, but just those 2 talking, they had good chemistry together.
Yes.
And, and Strom had good chemistry with his character. So 5 is great. 5 is great. But I just kind of went with the, prime time on that one. Okay, here we go, buddy. We've got Freddy's Dead and Saw 6. Saw 6 was the insurance, the healthcare people.
Oh, you say less. Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, that's the one when Julie was just quoting, like, "Don't talk to me about money. I've got money." Because homeboy was like, think about your family and how much it'll cost, and he's like, "Don't talk to me about money. I've got money." I'm like, John Kramer's a pimp.
see, this movie kind of, I'm not gonna bring up the real world tragedy that happened, but this movie might have influenced some people to do bad things to healthcare CEOs and whatnot, man, and which is not a laughing matter. This one was an interesting entry because this was essentially Tobin. Jigsaw was like, "Oh, you were a secretary there? I don't care. You answered the phones? I don't care. You're an old
You stepped in the
elderly
building.
lady. You collected a paycheck, so you're guilty by association." It's like, damn.
Right?
Look, Jigsaw went hard in this one.
He did.
and you kind of learn a lot more of his sickness, how his health insurance handled it. And other things that were going on with his life, obviously with his wife and so forth.
Yeah.
And this one, I mean, of course he's a twisted murderer, but it does pull at your heartstrings a little bit with his plight and kind of the reasoning for him to go as hard as he does,
Well, the other thing too is that Hoffman is carrying out those last plans, and plus he's trying to stay out of the clear because your boy, oh my God, Strom's superior, Peterson, I think it is, he's kind of leading the investigation, trying to figure out what's going on. And your girl from, well, she's been in a whole bunch of things. She also was like, sniffing up on his tracks and trying to, rope Hoffman in. So it was a lot of stuff going on in 6.
Oh yeah, they were closing in on him.
They were closing in.
And then on the other side of this, we have Freddy's dead. Freddy's daughter is like, "Hey, daddy." Look, we had Yaphet Kotto.
Yeah, thank God we had Yaphet.
We had something.
Yeah. And Lisa Zane was great, even though she's playing the daughter, but I loved her. She was good. Yeah.
Yes. Oh man. But we also had a lot of shark jumping in this one as well.
Great graphics, bro.
Oh God, no. No.
All you Nintendo fans, let's get it up.
No, look, there's no line here. I gotta go with Saw.
All right.
Because once again, I love the narrative of the whole. This man is taking out the health insurance company. He just wants to prove their greed, the main guy, his greed, and it's the ultimate test. it's the ultimate test for him and his associates in this company.
Yeah.
And like I said a little earlier, just the heartstrings of like just learning more about Jigsaw's sickness and his illness, and cancer is a despicable just disease. You mix all that together, for me, there's no lying here. I gotta go with Saw.
Yep. Look, man, we've been on the same page so far, and I'm going with it with you. There's no way that I'm not gonna go with Saw 6 on this. And listen, look, we've talked about Freddy's Dead 1,000 times. You guys know what's wrong with it, and they knew too. Robert knows too. All right, case closed. All right. They tried to do quirky dark humor, and it didn't work. It didn't work. It never worked. But I know there are fans of it, and that's fair. And I can still watch it and have fun. Like I said, I love Lisa Zane. And Yafet did his thing. A couple of the characters were cool. I think the dreamscape with your boy that lost his hearing, that was fun. There was some cool stuff in there. The video game one, no. But anyway, Saw 6 to me was one of the best sequels. Like it was that good. That game was crazy. You want to talk about mousetrap? There was dominoes all over the place falling. And again, Costas was in the forefront, and I liked it. He's trying to complete this mission that John Kramer left for him. He's also trying to keep the FBI off his tail, and everything's closing in on him. I thought, like, what a way to tell a story. There's multiple things going on. And I loved it. We got Russell in the chat. I'm the one they call Jigsaw. Hey, bro, look, Tobin Bell, guys. Tobin Bell, just like I've said with Robert Englund, these are living legends of horror, guys. We have to show appreciation while we can. Anytime you get a chance, I'm so happy I got a chance to meet Robert Englund. If I had a chance to meet Tobin Bell at a convention, I'm there, because I just absolutely love him. I really, really do. All right. And you got to love, Julie's in the chat keeping, she's keeping everybody straight. She says, Perez, I'm a mega nerd. That's right. Agent Perez. That's who the girl was. Oh my God, Julie. I'm telling you, Saw doesn't deserve fans like this. All right. So look, on the tier list, where are we going? Oh God, I just thought about what we're talking about here. So we're talking about Freddy's Dead and Saw 6. Where are we going with these, Kill?
Okay, Freddy's Dead. Honestly, I would put it right there with Game Over as well.
You are being nice tonight, bro.
I'm trying. Hey, I'm trying to.
Yeah.
You know what? No. Don't fall asleep. don't fall asleep. See, I'm trying. You're right. I was trying to be nice.
You were.
It's Freddy, and
he's on a broomstick.
Yafet.
What are we doing?
God damn it! I forgot about the Witch of the West, the broomstick. God damn it! Looney Tunes cartoon. And as far as Saw, I would put in prime time.
Okay, Saw goes in prime time. I could agree with that. I mean, I really love it a lot. But yeah, I could say prime time. Yeah, we can go with prime time. Okay, man, you knew we were going to get here sooner or later. We're going to the 7s. So far, just to let you guys know, round 1, we both went with Elm Street. Round 2, we both went with Saw. 3, we went with Elm Street. Round 4, we went with Elm Street. 5 and 6, we went with Saw. We are literally neck and neck right now. This is crazy. And again, guys, Kill and I, we don't practice this ahead of time.
No. We do it live.
We do it live. That's how we do it. And I don't even think about it until we're here live. So this is crazy. And we've also all agreed on each round, which the last 2 times we've done this with franchises, sometimes we have a difference of opinion in these rounds. So it's going to be interesting to see where we go from here. But when we talk about Saw 7, Saw 3D, whatever we want to call it, the final chapter. Is that the final chapter? Yeah. And then, of course, we got New Nightmare. What are we thinking, man? What are we thinking?
Okay, give me a quick refresher on Saw 3D.
So that was the one
Was that
where
the guy that was pretending to be a survivor?
that no, that was that no. Yes, that was.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this
Yep.
this one had a lot of Jill in it as well.
Did it have Jill? I can't even remember if it had Jill because I thought
Because this is the third or fourth Costas movie.
it's the third. Well, technically the third because we had
Technically, yeah.
5, 6, and then 7. This is basically when he gets his at the end by Gordon. So Jill was kind of like in the forefront.
Is this the one where he has to get out of the head trap?
Ye-
Because that was Jill that set him up.
That's right. Jill did
Yeah.
set him up in that.
Yep.
See, now I'm
So
getting confused. This is where it got really muddy for me.
Exactly. And guys, I like this is what I was saying earlier. We love this franchise, but it does get a little muddy with, well, what happened
Right?
in this one? And I feel like
Jill
and I
gets
could
killed, though. I do remember that because he's like, the only bad thing about what did he say about killing you, Jill, is that I can only do it once.
okay, but now if
'Cause
she gets killed in this one,
he was in.
she put him in the head trap in the last movie then.
Yes,
Because
yes.
he tore like some of
Tore.
his
Yeah,
cheek.
the scar. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. See, and this one, just on how we're talking about it, this one, it doesn't stick in my head as well as other ones.
Mm-hmm.
Because yes, this one he does get Jill back. He puts the head contraption on her and
Yeah.
reality. But then you also have the guy that's pretending to be a survivor, and he gets all this celebrity and so forth. And
Right.
his girlfriend gets roasted in a giant pig oven.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, that was
that was bad. That's too bad.
it's
Uh,
bad.
But then on the other side, you got smooth Euro trash Freddy. He's got the boots on, he's got the trench coat. Look, I'm a straight up demon in this. All right, I'm the precursor to the Scream franchise. This was when Wes was just smoking weed and just saying, I'm gonna just try something different. Like Heather, you want to come back and you, me, and Robert, just like the old days. Like, trust me, I'm gonna break the third wall or whatever, and it's gonna revolutionize horror, and it did.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is easy, light work. I'm going back to Freddy. New Nightmare is amazing, and it's damn near one of the best Nightmare on Elm Street movies around.
This is the way, and I totally agree, man. This isn't even look, and don't get me wrong, I have fun with 7 in spots, Saw 7, but I do think that they kind of they
were grasping at straws with this one.
It felt like it. It felt like they were grasping with straws, and they couldn't punch it home for Costas.
Yes,
which was too bad because I was really waiting to see what was going to happen. He got out of that bear trap at the end of 6, and I'm like, this guy is gangsta.
Yeah,
he's gangsta.
He's smart.
He was, and I was like, this is a guy that's ready to go toe to toe. And then in 7, they kind of like they're farting around with the guy who pretended. I'm like, okay, well, that's kind of cute,
They had him dressing like Hobo Myers the whole movie with the dirty hoodie on and the big scar on his face.
Come on, man. Come on, man. But no, this has to go to New Nightmare. Wes was back. He was feeling good about life. And it was just a great entry. I love New Nightmare so much. It's one of those films that I enjoy it almost more and more every time I see it. And part of that too is because it's the actual actors playing themselves. It's really, really fun. So that was easy. Okay, let's go to this tier list. Where we putting Saw 7 and where we putting New Nightmare?
Oh, see, this Saw 7, it had its moments, but I'm gonna say I'm torn between Live or Die and Game Over. I'm leaning more to Live or Die because it wasn't that it was a bad movie. It was just you know, because in all the Saw movies, you have like either 2 or sometimes 3 storylines that occupy the running time of the movie.
Right.
And the main one you had was essentially a guy that was a loser and just said, "Hey, I'm going to pretend like I survived one of these traps." And he gets a lot of fame and stardom. And it's
Right.
just like, all right, you really deserve to get it. You know. And you know, and also just the Costas angle, it was like they really didn't know what they wanted to do with it. The Jill angle, they kind of were already grasping at straws bringing her into it. But
Yeah.
I get it. You know, they told the story of how she lost her baby and things of that nature, you know, so I get all that.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go live or die on this one.
Okay, so we've got Saw going on Live or Die, and where we putting New Nightmare?
Oh, New Nightmare for me is Cream.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. All right, that was easy enough. Hey, look, Julie agrees. She's like, "Yes, we were robbed." I know, man. I was so hyped for Saw 7, and like you said, it's not that it was bad, but it just felt like it was a step down from 6 because 6 was so good, and you know we were trying to cap off, you know, the story for Hoffman, and it just felt like they were like, they just couldn't punch it home. All right, round 8. We've got we've got Jigsaw, which is Saw 8, and we've got Freddy versus Freddy. So who?
Great type. Okay, what's the refresher on Jigsaw?
All right, Jigsaw is the one where you had the other apprentice that came before Amanda and Hoffman, and the retcon of a century is like, what do we do? I still enjoyed it though. That was the one where you're talking about time. They were fucking around with time because I'm like, oh wait a minute.
Look, I'm gonna tell you, and this might not be a popular opinion. I enjoyed this one.
I know you did. We talked about this quite a bit.
That actor, I can never remember his name, but he had a kind of a police procedural show before, and I was like, oh, it's that guy. Yeah. What I love about this one is they pull a okey doke on you, so it's like you really don't know when this takes place in that whole timeline arc.
True.
And it's like he was the extra secret hidden apprentice.
Yes.
Who me making all those jokes of how is Jigsaw building all this? How is he doing it? This guy was there in the shadows. He was Alfred. He was you know, Jarvis. he was Jarvis. He was what other name of helper you could think of. He was the guy. And he preceded, you know, the doctor as an apprentice, and also our girl, and also Costas.
And don't forget you had your boy from Battlestar Galactica, Leoben.
I was just about to say, you had another great character actor, and this whole movie was straight cat and mouse.
It was,
because you had a detective, and then he was a forensics doctor. So they both technically worked for the police, but he did not believe the forensic doctor. And you know what? You were right. You shouldn't believe him. And as we're watching the movie, if memory serves, we don't know. We don't really know. If you remember, we don't really find out like, oh, he is a bad guy. You don't find that out to the end.
That's right.
You know, so and one of my favorite traps from this movie was the laser collar.
Yeah.
Just straight up Resident Evil, the movie. You know, like what? Like why is this there? You know, and you know, to me it was a good entry, but it's one of those ones just like Spiral that gets lost in the shuffle of the Saw movies. And like you said, and then on the other end we have Freddy versus Freddy. Which is not a bad movie if you are a Freddy fan.
Right.
Essentially, it was a nightmare movie and not a Friday the 13th movie or versus movie.
Line said, "Fuck you, Jason."
Exactly. Like, hey, Jason, come here. Go fuck yourself.
hey, look, Bob Shea and all the New Line were laughing in the back, like, we're gonna give this to these old Paramount mother You know what I mean? Like it's crazy.
But you know what? Like with that being said, once again, there's no lying here. I really enjoyed Jigsaw. I got to go with Jigsaw on this one.
Ooh,
I'm going with Jigsaw on this one because, for one, I'm a fan of Freddy, but you know what we do on this show. You know, we love New Jersey. All right, I'm a fan of Jason, and they did Jason dirty. Jason has had a few bad years back to back going on of just him just being in a movie and being essentially a foil.
Yeah,
you're just a foil in this movie.
Yeah.
You know?
You got Freddy doing kung fu on him. Okay. Stop.
Outsmarting. I mean, just making him look like an oaf.
It's
like, please, come on, guys. Give him a little respect.
I know. Put some respect on that mask. I mean, you know, dance with who brought you. All right. So look, for me, this is tough, man, because I do enjoy a lot of aspects of Jigsaw. But at the same time, I think that they also were kind of getting like lost in the sauce a little bit. We got Brandon's like Jigsaw for me is Z's. Gosh. And I think even Julie says, bro, Jigsaw is like a 1 out of 10 for me. Wow, Julie.
Wow. I would challenge all of you guys. I get it. I get it. It's not, you know, the Saw movies we're used to. But if you go back and watch it, it's not that bad. It still has the flavor, the aroma of Saw.
Okay. Listen, you know, this is tough for me, man, because I got to go with Freddy on this one, man. I can't.
I hear you.
I can't lie, man. As much as
we can't agree on everything.
No, we can. This is the first time that we haven't, man. I'm gonna go with Elm Street on this one. As far as, I mean, you're right. Freddy versus Freddy is a Freddy movie, so he did it right. You know, Demon Freddy. I mean, come on, man. That was some great stuff.
Everybody.
Oh, jeez. All right. So look. On the tier list, man, where are we going with these two, man?
For me, I would say Jigsaw. I would say Live or Die.
I agree with that. I was just about to say it. Okay. And how about Freddy versus Freddy?
I mean,
you notice in the chat I haven't once said the J name because that's not what this movie is.
Exactly.
Right.
I would say also Live or Die.
Okay, I can agree with that. Let's go with that. All right. So all right, this is one of the moments that we've been waiting for. All right. Next up, we're going to be talking about Spiral from the Book of Saw and anything else they want to put as a subtitle.
Ballerina from the Book of John Wick.
Yeah, exactly. Look, come on.
It's all from freaking books.
That's true, man. A lot of books out
was
there.
Maybe that was the world of John.
The world of the world. It's the same shit.
It was an awesome movie.
It was. They knew what to do. All right, so we got Spiral versus the Cat Man.
Oh,
what do we?
Why you gotta do that night? God damn it! Look, if you take any still image of someone in the middle talking, it's gonna look like a cat anyway, goddamn.
What are we doing?
Okay, all right.
Right.
So this is another one where people are divided. Some people are like, why is Chris Rock in a Saw movie?
Right.
Well, Chris Rock likes the Saw movies, and
that's right.
You know, he wanted to do one. And look, you got to keep in mind at that time, we didn't have any Saw movies for a little bit.
That's right.
You know, we were starving for something, and Chris said, "Hey, don't worry. I remember when the slogan, hey, if it's October or if it's Halloween, it's Saw."
It's Saw.
And you essentially have a movie with Chris Rock and Samuel L. Jackson as his daddy. I mean, the only thing that this movie was missing, obviously, was Tobin Bell.
Right.
But if you're not a fan of Chris Rock or his acting, I could see how you would be like, well, why do I want to see this, or why do I want to see Samuel Jackson just playing an angry police officer? It just seems like he's just not even acting anymore. And then on the other side, you got Lion-O and Vincent.
Stop. You called him Lion-O. Like, people in the chat, if you know you're a real one, you'll call them Lion-O.
Thundercats and Beauty and the Beast. That's out. If you know, you know.
That's great.
But despite the makeup, it wasn't
Jackie.
a perfect remake. Yeah, it's Jackie Earl. We love him.
Yeah.
It's not a perfect remake. It has its flaws, but it does have some cool scenes, like the micro falling asleep scene.
Yeah,
was
the pharmacy,
horrifying.
bro. Yeah.
Because there have been times where I've been driving and you get a little tired, your eyes start to like, oh, and Freddy is coming. Hey, you're falling asleep. Hey, I'm getting closer. Shots out
Right.
to the Weeping Angels. If you know Doctor Who. This is tough. Because both are flawed in a way.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm gonna go on fun factor, I gotta go with Spiral.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta go, because it was there was some funny shit in Spiral, just because Chris Rock knows when to input some funny stuff.
Yeah.
On the other side, with the remake, they went dark and dirty. And if you know, they went to some places that the original franchise alluded possibly to. This one, they're like, no, this is what Frederick Krueger was. We're gonna let you know. And it's like, oh, right. So yeah, unfortunately, love Jackie. He did the best that he could, but the rest of the cast was kind of forgettable.
Right. And Rooney Mara didn't even want to be in it. And you could tell until like the last 15 minutes of the movie.
Actors and actresses, we can tell.
Yeah,
we can tell. We can tell Daniel Craig is tired of being Bond.
Yes.
Or when Christian Bale is just kind of like, yeah, this Batman thing, I'm kind of over it. We can tell.
Yeah.
We can tell.
Yes, we know.
Out of the contract. I don't know. You don't need another house.
Or you could just pull a Michael Caine and you just do Jaws to Revenge so you can get your mama a house. He knew what was up. So look, the best thing about Elm Street was Kyle Gallner. This is true. This is the way, right? Jackie is a great actor, and I love Jackie. He did what he could do. They went too dark. They had some stupid ass decisions with the CGI. You got PlayStation 2 graphics for the wall sequence. The bathtub scene was ridiculous. What are you guys doing? You got the game plan laid out by the master himself, Wes Craven, and we're getting this. What are we doing? What are we doing? At least with Spiral, and it's not the best Saw film. It's definitely not. It's in the bottom, tier of the Saw films, but I didn't think it was bad. I think it just didn't have enough of its own identity. Did it truly want to be its own thing, or did it want to have an actual connection to Saw and John Kramer? And it's almost like it couldn't totally decide. So that's the problem I had with it. I thought Chris Rock was fine in it. I thought he had some really good moments. So you went with Spiral? I am too, man. Let's go.
All right.
Let's go, man. I'm going with Spiral. I mean, and I know there's some people that hate it, but I didn't.
Yeah, I really didn't either.
No. All right, man. So on the tier list, as we start to wind this thing down, where are we putting Spiral and Catman?
Okay, Catman, I'm thinking game over.
Okay, fair. Wow. Okay, fair enough.
And Spiral, like you said, and I agree with you, the only thing about Spiral that was lacking was it having its own identity.
Right.
Because it was a good, intriguing, police procedural mystery.
Yeah.
Kind of like a whodunit. Who among these people is the bad guy? Right. Well, apparently, we've seen the bad guy. We just don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say Live or Die for Spiral.
Okay. We're gonna go Live or Die for Spiral. Look at it. I can agree with that too, man. All right. So look, obviously, Elm Street has been in cryo freeze for as long as Jason was at the Camp Crystal Lake Research Facility. So the only thing we have for round 10 is Saw X. Just for shits and giggles, where would Saw X go for you?
Man, Saw X was awesome. I love
Wasn't
Saw
it?
X. I would say
Wasn't it?
that's cream because Tobin. Look, you've been wanting a Tobin Bell movie. This one is straight up Tobin. Tobin
This-
is in it
yeah.
top to bottom, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, this is the Tobin Bell movie.
It really is.
You had so much Tobin Bell that you couldn't even deal with yourself, man. It was a great movie. It was a great entry, and it pisses me off as when I think about it so much that we almost got 11. They had everything all situated, and then it's like they have to put the brakes on, bro. And I'm like, you motherfuckers, man. I'm telling you. Tobin Bell is a legend. He truly is. And, you know, he's done so much great work in this franchise. And I think this is a great horror franchise that in some respects, and, you know, I know there are areas that, you know, groups that really love it. And online, I've seen some groups that are huge Saw fans. And I mean, here, you know, we have some folks that definitely rep for it, but I just feel like it's so underappreciated. I think it's a great franchise. And to have a 10th film in a franchise be that damn good, no other franchise has done that.
And once again, I think we forget at the time when like Saw was, you know, popular or Paranormal Activity, those were the giants there. We're
Right.
not talking about The Conjuring. We're not talking about the Halloween new trilogy.
Right.
This predates, you know, Hereditary. This predates all of that stuff. And people now try to act like, oh, I never liked the Paranormal Activity movies. Bullshit. Someone liked it because every time one came out, the theaters were packed and like, oh, I never liked the Saw movies. Bullshit. Because every October, if it's October, it's Saw, so somebody's watching it.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I just feel like now we try to like look back on it like, you know, like, oh, I never liked Nickelback. Obviously, someone likes Nickelback. All right.
How did we get to Nickelback? That's awesome.
That's one of those bands that no one likes, but apparently they have sold millions and millions of copies of records.
Right.
But no,
True enough.
I look back at those franchises, you know, and they did good things and they did not so good things.
Yeah.
I think if you look at the totality of the Saw movies, that, you know, there are less valleys in my mind than in the Nightmare franchise, or definitely, or like the Halloween franchise, you know, because we had the old Cult of Thorn trilogy bullshit and whatnot, like, you know, Mystery we had Busta Rhymes doing stupid shit and, you know, and them killing Jamie Lee, making Jamie Lee, the smartest heroine ever, do the dumbest thing ever at the beginning of the movie. So, you know, like, all I'm saying is this. The Saw franchise is not bad, and hopefully, as watching us do this, it's piqued some of your minds. Like, yeah, this is a little closer than I thought it would be. You know,
right. Well, look, real quick. Now, let me just throw up the tier list for folks to see this as we wind down. It looks really interesting. In the cream, we've got the OG Elm Street, we got Saw 2, we got Dream Warriors, we got Saw 3, New Nightmare, and Saw X. Now, technically, Saw X, you know, is not counting because Elm Street doesn't have a 10th film. So, you know, it is what it is. In Welcome to Prime Time, we've got the original Saw, we got the Dream Master, we've got Saw, I believe that's Saw 5, and we've got Saw 6. So we got a couple of these Saw films in that second tier. And then in the middle tier, Live or Die, we've got Freddy's Revenge, we got Saw 4, we got Saw 7, we got Saw 8, we got Freddy versus Freddy, and we got Spiral. Game Over, we got The Dream Child and Catman. And in the final level, Don't Fall Asleep, we've got great graphics. Okay.
So that means the worst Saw movies only made it to the middle tier.
There you go.
That's telling. That's
There you
telling.
go. It is telling, man. Okay, so round by round, round 1, we both went with Elm Street. Round 2, we both went with Saw. 3 and 4, we both went with Elm Street. 5 and 6, we both went with Saw. Round 7, we both went with Elm Street. Round 8 is the only round we disagreed on. Kill went with Saw. I went with Elm Street, or in other words, Freddy versus Freddy. And in round 9, we both went with Saw. So let me count this up, bro. This looks like it's pretty damn close.
Yeah.
As we wind this down, then I'll tell people what the score is. Any final thoughts on this battle or these two franchises?
Yeah, and we have fun doing discussions like this, guys. And one thing I will say about the Saw movies is for them to take that first movie and for it to be what it is, James Wan and so forth, and then for them to come back and make it evolve into what it's become, and all these movies that take place at the same periods of time or take place before all of these, or this one was before Tobin died, or this or that, or this one has Tobin's mysterious brother in it, or whatever. That's a lot of writing. That's a lot of men and women figuring out how can we implement this, how can we try to make this work. And there's some interesting morality tales that they try to put in Saw, whether you see it or not. They're there. Like getting over grief, how much is a life worth? If you're greedy or you have hubris, can you be humbled? Tobin was preaching. And these two franchises are great franchises. They will go down in horror history, and you never know how close something could be just because it's going against a great like Nightmare on Elm Street. So
there it is, man. And look, real quick, I just want to say this as we were about to get on out of here and give this score count. Oliver coming in, thank you so much. I wish we had a Saw movie that answered the questions left by Jigsaw and Spiral. That's a good point. I do too. Hey, you never know, man. James Wan, we can trust in Wan, and now he's got the baton. So hopefully, hopefully. And also, Oliver had come in with another one. Sorry about that, buddy. I missed that one, but thank you so much for the support. Saw 7. This is the most disappointing part in the entire franchise for me. This movie was supposed to be 2 movies. It just became 1. There you go. I actually agree with that. Yeah. I mean, 7 had moments, but I feel like they just kind of dropped the ball a little bit. But bro, you're not gonna believe this. I'm looking at the score, and we basically have, for the Elm Street franchise, we've got a score of 9 points overall. And for Saw, we have a score of 9.
Wow.
Round 8 was the one that basically made it a tie because we flipped on it. You went with Saw, I went with Elm Street. Now, and I stick by that because I do think Freddy versus Freddy. Look, I can have fun with it. If this was a question of Friday the 13th, I would have went the other way because I think right. Obviously I'm calling it Freddy versus Freddy, but that I can stick by that because 8. I'm gonna rewatch 8 for the fun of it, and I know you've always loved it, and we've talked about it a lot. It wasn't horrible. It wasn't bad. But maybe I just haven't seen it enough. It's probably my least watched of all the films. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's 9-9, bro. Right down to the wire. I can't believe it. And let me just also say this: Saw was about to win it, literally, because round 5 and 6, and then round 8 and 9, it was crazy. So 9-9, guys. Who would have thought, the mighty Elm Street franchise put in its track by Little Billy. I want to play a game. Anyways, this was a lot of fun, man. This is always fun because it's a different way to look at these franchises. So I really appreciate you taking the time to do it and also coming up with this particular idea. Backstage, when we get backstage for a quick minute, I know you got to go, but we got to think about what we're going to do next, man, because this is a lot of fun doing it like this. It's tough, though, because we got to make it work. But anyways, you guys in the chat, thank you so much for being here with us. Definitely comment in the comment section. I know you guys had a lot of things that you were thinking about with these films, but like Kill said, hopefully we jogged your memory, especially for some of these entries that haven't been talked a lot about or watched in a while and so forth, because I think there's some gems, especially in the Saw franchise. And of course, Elm Street is a classic franchise. You can always go back and have some fun with it, you know. And we got Troy jumping in the end. Thank you to whoever gifted me a membership. Thanks for being here, man. As a matter of fact, and I think that was Sarah. And Sarah, thank you so much. I know Sarah's probably not in here because she's got time difference. I'm going to thank her in our Instagram thread. Thank you so much for gifting that membership, Sarah. I don't think I actually saw that at first, but I was looking through some of our starred comments and that came up. Thank you so much. We really appreciate the support. And for the rest of you guys, we will catch you guys next time. Have a good night. And thank you so much for a great stream. And as always, if you're watching this, if you're listening to this, you are the Night Watch. Peace.
Peace.
I want to play a game.